Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some very important things that are very relevant to Battlefield players. With all this speculation that the next Battlefield title will be revealed this month, I figured I would go over how I'm currently feeling about the next Battlefield game given all the information that is out there, and what they should absolutely avoid doing with the reveal of this Battlefield title. I think we can all think of many things they should not do. Battlefield 5? But the point of this video is me hitting the pause button on all of the constant information that I am covering on the channel to give my thoughts on what I've heard so far and whether or not I think Battlefield 6 is going to have what it takes. So let's get started. If you do enjoy the channel, be sure to subscribe. I'm going to be covering everything at Battlefield 6, and of course drop a like in the video. Thank you to everyone that does that. And of course all links for Discord and Instagram and Twitter are in the description. I figured I would cover the big speculation about the reveal this month, just sometime in June 1st. So obviously I brought up Battlefield 5's reveal already, and I didn't bring up 2042's. 2042's reveal was actually good in comparison to Battlefield 5. Those of you that were around for Battlefield 5 know that it was a complete disaster, ended up pissing a lot of people off, and resulted in a lot of people not buying the game. But in this regard, I do think they've learned their lesson. I think this next Battlefield reveal is more than likely going to blow us all away. I would not be surprised if the trailer team delivers a Battlefield 1 level reveal. And maybe that's an insane statement, because the BF1 trailers that they produced are some of the best, not Battlefield trailers, some of the best trailers in general that I've seen for games. So when it comes to this Battlefield's reveal, I do think they're going to lock in and make sure that it is spot on. Aside from the other aspects of the reveal, they just have to hope that they don't have any weird gaffes. You know, no like love letter to the community and then release a game like Battlefield 2042. No stupid statements that can backfire, okay? DICE and EA, all the producers, right, all the people that might be on the stage, you're banned from speaking. No speaking, no gaffes. So I just really hope that if they do reveal the next Battlefield this month, everything goes smoothly and there's no weird shit that happens. But let's rewind. I want to talk about everything that we've seen and heard about the next Battlefield game and just give my thoughts about it. So I have this weird gut feeling, and I can't shake it. It could be cope. It could be massive cope. But I just have a feeling that they're going to lock in this time. I don't know why. From the things that I've seen, from the direction that they're taking, I definitely think Battlefield 6 is already better than Battlefield 2042. The question is, how much better is it going to be? Because it's extremely important to point out that you can still release a game that's better than Battlefield 5 and 2042, and the game can still be pretty underwhelming. They need to deliver a game that surpasses modern game expectations, okay? And what I mean by that is, it needs to be closer content-wise, the amount of content to previous Battlefield games, such as Battlefield 1 and 3 and 4. But even with the concern about the release quality and the amount of content, I don't know, dude. Just something tells me this time might actually be different. And again, I'm open to the fact that it could be ridiculous scope. But I also think that the people making this next Battlefield title understand that if they mess this one up, they are royally fucked. And I do think there is an element of back against the wall that brings out these good games when we really need them. You know, we got David Sirlund back working on Battlefield. We got Byron Bede designing a free-to-play Battle Royale mode. They brought in Marcus Leto, and then, of course, there was that big blow-up session. Then they shut the studio down. So that's not very good. But then you have things like Battlefield Labs. You know, they didn't do that for BF5. They didn't do that for 2042. They weren't worried about inviting a bunch of players before the game released to sort of publicly NDA test things. That's going to change the game drastically. Imagine how different 2042 would have been if Battlefield 2042 had Battlefield Labs. But in terms of the things that I really have enjoyed seeing about the next game is, number one, the art direction, the graphics, the way everything looks. I think everyone can agree on that. That is something that really needed to be addressed, and it wasn't a difficult thing for them to figure out. The community did not enjoy the way Battlefield 2042 looked. Some people have said it was soulless. You know, it didn't have aura about it. And I think that little snippet, the official gameplay thing that they released, really quelled people's worries with that particular subject. I think they're going to hammer out the class problem, guys. I don't think that they are 100% committed to allowing every single class to access every weapon in the game. I do think there is a chance that they roll that back. Keep in mind, the game, if it releases at the end of the year, still has 5 to 6 months to come out. So lots of things can happen in that time, and rearranging the class system I don't think would actually take them too much time. In terms of other things, I do think the destruction direction is much improved, especially over Battlefield 2042. That is another thing the community really disliked about Battlefield 2042, and that needed to change with this next title. They mentioned apple coring buildings, so you can probably blow out every single wall for a building, but it's not going to completely destroy the playability of map design. One really interesting thing when the next Battlefield game is, it appears that you can destroy walls to connect interiors of other buildings, so you can potentially make crazy plays with that, flanking up staircases, wiping out entire areas of enemies. The only thing with the destruction is I just hope on certain areas that are really urban it doesn't become too cluttered, because they did also mention the persistence of debris. That debris does not despawn, it becomes a part of the map and part of the gameplay, which can definitely be cool, but it can also really backfire if it's too much. Touching on the game's gunplay, movement, and time to kill very briefly, the TTK to me looks a little fast on some weapons, but with a lot of other weapons, it looks fairly standard. This is definitely something they're going to be tweaking heavily, or at least I would expect they would, so I'm not going to pass judgment on that too much, but it doesn't look horrible, and that's really good. Same for the movement. The movement doesn't appear to be insane, but it doesn't appear to be horrible like in Battlefield 1. In general, I think it will be acceptable on release. I just hope they don't listen to a certain part of the player base that wants to gut every single, little thing from it. And then in terms of the gunplay, it's hard to tell without actually having hands-on experience on the game, which of course, they're never going to invite me to anything like that. The gunplay to me looks maybe a little beamy, a little laser beamy. I'm not entirely sure if you have to burst fire. There hasn't been great gameplay coming out. There hasn't been gameplay where they're at ranges where they seem to need to burst fire. So the gunplay might have me a little bit worried, and that's only because I played Battlefield 2042 during its launch cycle, and I know what Battlefield plays like now when it has laser beam gunplay. I was not a fan of it. You just sit 100 meters away, and it's like you're shooting at somebody that's 10 meters away. I don't think that's healthy for gameplay. And I know some people are going to comment, well, Enders, your comments on this might be null and void because Battlefield Labs might change a lot of what you're commenting on. Yes, you're right. But like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is me hitting pause, right? Imagine if time stops. This is what we're discussing. Just all the information we know about right now. And that is going to do it for this video. I just really wanted to get my thoughts out there. Something about this game and the way it just feels like they're going to get it more right than they've gotten it in the past few years. I'm not saying the game is going to be perfect at all, but I do think the game is going to be very acceptable for the majority of Battlefield players. At least that is what I hope. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the channel and want to follow Battlefield 6, be sure to hit the like button and of course subscribe to the channel. Follow my Twitch stream. I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders and this YouTube channel. All links can be found in the description. And I will see you guys in the next video.
Take some!